G'day and welcome to the Breaking Through podcast. Tyson, there's a few things I'd like to get off my chest.
Sure.
At the start of the show. And it's the bigger Breaking Through podcast gets on social media, the more it's happening. And I don't want to say that I definitely think that these companies are doing it, but I've been thinking about it. And I know you guys have been sending me the videos of when this has happened, and I'm just like, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. But if a company or media or something like that sees our content or my content and then goes to use it as their own content, at least say where you got it from. At least say where you got the idea from or literally the information from. I'm seeing that a lot recently, and if you see it, comment Breaking Through. Comment, yeah, I'm pretty sure Breaking Through did a video on this, or yeah, I saw this at Breaking Through first, because it's becoming a bit apparent.
Yeah, it's like too hard to trace it back to like when an idea is birthed. It's just out in the universe, and someone else is going to grab it eventually as well. Yeah. The timing and everything of stuff that I've seen where I've been like, we talked about this yesterday.
The timing is getting. That's the most obvious point.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do a video on something, and then this entity will do a video on it like a day or two later, and then give the exact same information. And it's like, guys, I'm an independent creator. At least say where you got it from.
Yeah.
Like when the big businesses do it, I'm just like, come on, guys. When a small creator does it, I'm like, no, they can have their opinion on it. That's fine. But like, we're helping each other out. When a big entity does it, I'm just like, you can at least credit.
Yeah.
Like when I see something or do a video, like it's often someone has sent me it or screenshotted it and sent it to me. That's fine, but fuck yeah, that annoyed me a little bit.
Big dogs do this all the time in the industry. They'll always just rip off little guys.
And it's kind of like a badge of honor, because it's like it's only really happened in the last couple months. When I had no followers, no one was stealing my content, no one was doing any of that type of stuff. Oh, I shouldn't say steal. No one was inspired by my content.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, it's happening a lot. But if you see it, comment Breaking Through on the videos or whatever. Because you DM us, comment it as well.
Tag the account so we can watch it as well.
Yeah,
see something similar.
Yeah, literally tag. Things I've been thinking about recently, though, I was looking at like old Breaking Through content, and like Breaking Through is almost at our 6th year.
Wow.
We hit our 6th birthday in May. So Breaking Throughs, I know a lot of you guys have only seen us on TikTok the last couple of years, but yeah, I've been around since COVID, which is cooked. But I was looking through old content, and I was just like, I used to have such different ideas or thoughts about certain things. And I was wondering if there's anything that you've changed your mind on since being in the industry that you would like to share.
I guess this is really particular, but like when I first started out, a lot of the people that were coming up with me, I would say, were rich kids that had mum and dad had a bit of money behind them, and it was easier for them to have their like events with way better lineups than I could ever book, just because they've got the money behind them and stuff like that. So I used to like kind of get down on myself, because I'd be like, is this industry just for like rich kids? They've obviously got a leg up on all of us that are like, trying to put something together, trying to build something. But the longer and longer I've been in the industry, I've seen rich kids come and go. That you need to have, something behind you that's motivating you and driving you, rather than just like, I like music and I have a bunch of money and I'm going to spend it on putting on some events. There actually has to be a force behind you to actually want and need something in this industry to succeed. I've watched so many rich kids come and go, but the ones that stick with it are just regular people, and they've built stuff on their own. So
that's the dream.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's like, I go to festivals. Yeah, I'll put one on by myself.
My own on. I'll get 20K from dad.
Yeah. I've got 2. Now, the things that I've changed my idea on, and I think I've only really changed my idea on probably both of them in the last probably 2 years. And that's, I used to think who's more important out of the artist or the punter? I think when I started, I would have said, I think the artist is probably the most important thing in the music industry. I have changed my mind into thinking the punter is easily the most important part of anything in the music industry. Because if we don't have punters, we literally don't have an industry. We don't have shows. We don't have, singles and albums and stuff going up the charts. And like, there's no industry without the punters, and they care so much about everything. I think they care the most.
Yeah.
And I think since pivoting and having punter-focused videos and content and that type of stuff, they have shown how much they care literally every single day.
Yeah.
I get messages from punters every single day about, their theories on things. When things are announcing, they're keeping up to date with stuff that I can't even see. So yeah, I think punters are easily more important, are the most important part and more important than the artist. The other thing, I don't think people are going to agree with me on this one. I used to think that if an Australian tour just had like East Coast shows, they should change it to East Coast Australia or whatever. I've now changed my opinion on it, and I think, even if it is just East Coast, it's still an Australian tour.
Yeah.
It sucks when Perth and Adelaide and
Do you understand why Perth and Adelaide don't get a lot of shows now?
I think I always did understand it to a point. I definitely understand more now.
Yeah.
Obviously having more conversations and seeing things, but it still does suck. That hasn't changed, but I think some punters need to be more they need to see the whole picture of why they aren't getting shows. And that's what I've tried to do in some of my content, and been like, this is why you aren't getting shows. This is why you aren't getting shows. This is why these things happen. But some punters over West take it a little bit too personally. I say it about NZ as well. It sucks when NZ doesn't get shows, but then their buying culture isn't incredible.
Yeah.
So when people complain about it, I'm like, you've got to see it from the promoter standpoint as well. Melbourne and Sydney, they're going to sell shows.
Yeah.
So, and logistically, it just makes way more sense to do that. But it also does suck when you see an Australian tour and there's no WA, there's no Adelaide, and you get excited when you see Australian tour, but then it's just East Coast.
Yeah.
Or you see Australia and New Zealand and it's just Auckland. That does suck, but it's still an Australian and NZ tour when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But I'd say they're my main two things that I've changed my opinions on.
Yeah. That's really good. That second one, hopefully this podcast bridges the gap on how people understand how everything moves in this industry. Hopefully over the next couple of weeks, months that we're doing this, or however long we do it, we can help people understand more the punters.
Yeah, and I think we're not the best people to give them the information on it, but we will get those people on to talk about it. I would love them to be super honest and be like, Perth isn't getting this because of that. I don't know if we'll get that, but hopefully in next couple of weeks, months, and that type of stuff. By the end of the year, I would like to have a few guests in that side of the industry. But yeah, it sucks, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now I've been getting a lot of questions about good things, and we did our MyChem. Our MyChem prediction was the first episode, I think.
I think so too, yeah.
And I get a lot of DMs going do you have any more good things predictions? Do you have any more good things predictions? And I've always gone, it's too early, I don't know. But something came across my desk this last little bit. And this is more of a theory than a prediction, because Simple Plan announced shows in, where are they going? Hong Kong, Jakarta, that type of stuff, Singapore. And they have a Hong Kong show on the 1st of December.
Really close to good things.
That's really close to good things.
Yeah.
Do you just come to Australia for a weekend after, you're in that area?
I'm pretty sure Simple Plan, the last 3 or 4 times that they've been here, they've been to Destroyer Lines tours. So I wouldn't put it past Destroyer Lines to book them again for good things.
Last time they were here with The Offspring.
That's right. That was last year.
Yeah. So it's not they haven't been here in 10 years.
They're always here.
They've been here a few times. They did some, I think, side shows off that Offspring show as well.
For sure.
They've played good things in the past as well. So I think I'm way more locked in on the MyChem
Yeah.
pick, but I'm wondering your thoughts, punters, on the simple plan. Like, not everyone that goes to these parts of the world has to come to Australia, but I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because they know that they would have an audience here. They've, run it past themselves.
And a good relationship with the promoter. The promoter will be like, yeah, jump on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the MyChem one was really popular video for us when we did it. I've kind of like taken into account other artists that could take that headline thing. There's 3 artists in contention. Okay.
You have more good things, super early predictions.
Well, I'm just taking note of what everyone is saying and like the bands everyone's throwing around.
There is a lot of fake posters out at the moment, and my algorithm is feeding me them. But
I kind of love them, but I kind of hate them.
I love fake promo posters. I love them so much.
I love them if the artist knows what they're talking about and knows where to position bands. Sometimes I'll see one where I'm like, this person just likes Taking Back Sunday and put them in the headlining position.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. That's not where they go.
Yeah, really good fake ones that make you go, oh, hold on a minute. Like, this actually could be...
That could be real.
Yeah. Who have you got?
So the headliners that are going around at the moment, it's one of 3. So My Chemical Romance is 1.
Yep.
Number 2, System of a Down.
Yes.
Who seem to have a bit of a break in their schedule. And also they're touring, I think it's the 25th anniversary of Toxicity. I could be wrong on that. But they just played Sick New World over in Vegas. I think they've got one more show to do with that. And they're doing some like Mexico dates and stuff like that. Potentially could see them on it. And 9 Inch Nails, who just wrapped up Coachella.
I get asked
doing
about
9
them
Inch
a
Noise.
lot.
Yeah. So it's out of those 3. I mean, I'm still swaying more towards MyChem because I think they need a 2000s headliner this year, following on Tool and who's the year before that? Who was before Tool? Was that Fall Out Boy or was Fall Out Boy a year before that?
That's too far back for me.
Too far back for you. Anyway, I think it'll be a 2000s one, but I wouldn't be surprised in seeing System of a Down. I feel like they'll do a arena tour though.
Do you reckon they could have System of a Down and My Chemical Romance?
I think the rest of the lineup will be local bands, but
that'd be such a sick lineup to have up the top though.
Yeah.
If you get both, fuck, that's oofed.
Who would you put headlining though? You have to put MyChem headlining over System of a Down, which
I
think System of a Down would be a little bit upset over that. They've got System of a Down have some like Deftones thing going on where like young people are just really into them, and they've just got a whole new fan base. So they're one of those 3. So we'll see what happens. But
if you guys have any other good things predictions, put them in the comments, and we'll go through them. And closer to the dates, we can actually have more of an in-depth. These are just just putting the feelers out, what we're seeing, because I know you guys are thinking about it a lot.
Yes, but we'll talk about more. I think we'll do a full-on prediction thing when they're getting close to announcement.
Something else that's I'm getting a lot of DMs about, and I think it's been more evident the last couple months and the cancellations from last year. Are people becoming more hesitant in buying tickets for festivals and concerts because of the refund process? Even if they do get refunds, I'm getting messages from people that are still waiting for refunds from shows last year.
Yeah.
Where, we're a quarter of the way through the year.
Yeah.
And people are still waiting for refunds. And I don't know if it's it could be both of these things, if they're going to get refunds in the first place, or if it's the process of how long it takes. They both suck, and I wouldn't want to go through it anyway, and that would make me hesitant in buying tickets as well.
Yeah. Isn't there some sort of hack now that like people have figured out with Blues Fest and Rolling Loud where you can kind of like contact your bank and go goods and services weren't provided and they kind of refund it?
Yeah, I think Jess from Pop Cult, she's been doing a lot of videos on this. She has like a little how-to video. If you are dealing with those issues, make sure you go through those videos on TikTok, and she kind of walks you through it. But like, we shouldn't have to do that.
No. It's ridiculous that it's even come to this now. I got friends that are still waiting for their refund from the Drop Festival.
There was an article or a video on that the other day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, on Hack.
Yeah, Hack.
Yeah, my friend rang up.
Was that 20... What year was that?
I think it was before COVID. 2019?
Right, 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did say that. That's funny as. Well, not funny, but it's like you're waiting for years and years and years. And that was before a lot of these problems arose with everything.
Exactly, yeah. And look, like, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I think Rolling Loud and Blues Fest are kind of like the start of a new wave of them. However, when it comes to like big festivals, if the lineup isn't all there, I can see people holding out. However, if the lineup is a FOMO, you better get tickets to this now. I can't see it being an issue at all. It's one of those things there again that I've kind of said on this podcast before. It just affects the people at the bottom. I think it's going to affect people just going out to like a local gig or like, you know, an Aussie band that's doing a tour. I think they'd probably be like, let's just wait until the night and see how we feel. Before we grab tickets.
Yeah, I mean, buying culture, you always see promoters and that type of stuff talk about how buying culture has changed, but then they won't talk about like their actions in making that culture.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I wonder why culture's like that now for buying tickets. Do you reckon you've played a part, maybe?
If you've ever cancelled a show for no reason, you've played a part in like people's anxiety to buy tickets.
And that's not saying that there aren't any good reasons for cancelling shows. There 100% are. But like when you give, you know, some unforeseen circumstances and it's like a week before the shows or whatever, like that's going to change people's buying culture in a culture where, you know, there's so many shows on at the moment and, you know, we're being more selective with shows.
Yeah.
So even if there's like if you're iffy about buying those tickets, they're going to err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that definitely sucks. But like, do you reckon that'll happen more with festivals or concerts moving forward?
Festivals. I don't think there's a way for concerts to really hold your money. Have we ever had any news of like a concert that was cancelled and they kept the money? It's usually festivals, right?
No, but I've been getting a lot of comments going like, I haven't received my refund from a concert.
Right.
So
interesting.
Yeah. So that's not good.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's always a risk. And it never felt like a risk when you buy a festival ticket. It's like, I might not go to this festival and I might not get my money back. It's all kind of like new things. I just think there needs to be laws that's passed that like the festivals can't take this money in advance. The ticket money has got to stay somewhere until the festival's over.
Isn't that obviously not my area of expertise, but isn't there supposed to be like an account or something where...
There is supposed to be, but apparently there's ways around it where whatever Blues Fest did, they got all that money in advance and did what they did with it, and it's not going back out to ticket holders.
Right. Yeah. It just like, I get so many questions about that. I'm just like, I can't help you. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy on TikTok that covers this stuff. I don't have the ins and outs.
I don't know the exact laws
of knowing this. Which, you know, if I had the time, sure, let's go through it. But unfortunately, I do not.
It feels illegal though. It feels illegal to be able to just like take someone's money and just cancel a festival and go, oh, we're in administration now. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. And like, I think the biggest stories of the years that like I cover and I get the most traction on is always the shows that cancel or the festivals that cancel. And they always, you know, that's just how media is. That's just how news is. They're the biggest stories of the year. And then the conversations are so much bigger. So it's like, you're never hearing like of a show that goes, we've sold out. We've sold out everything. Everything's good. Everything's a green light. We're good to go. You're not having conversations about that.
Yeah.
You're having conversations about the festivals that are cancelling or the shows that are cancelling. So I feel like those conversations echo in people's minds longer. And once you see that, makes you hesitant in buying the tickets for future events.
Yeah.
Like that drop festival, when Hack's doing that doesn't make you feel good. That,
no.
You know, when you're seeing other festivals cancel, and we've spoken about Out to Lunch, and they've said they're offering refunds, and you know, you can keep tickets for whatever. But if I have the chance of getting a refund, I'm still going to get that refund.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give them my money to hold. But when Splendor cancelled in 20 for COVID, like you could hold your ticket for how many years? I think it was like 2.
I think so. I didn't have a ticket that year, so
I
don't
did.
know. You did?
Because they went on sale just before COVID really hit.
Right.
So I had those tickets. I held them for 18 months, I think.
Right.
And then sold them.
Yeah.
But like you could have held your ticket for 2 years, and we trusted Splendor to hold them for you, or if you want to, like, you trusted that process. If a festival did that now, I don't think anyone would believe a festival.
No, yeah.
Maybe the only festival I think people would trust is Laneway,
I think so too, yeah.
just because they've been around for...
Even Spilt Milk I'd kind of trust as well, to get my money back if anything was to go AWOL, but...
I don't think people would trust Spilt Milk because they had that year off. So they know that, like, they've done that in the past.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Laneway's the only one. Following up from last week, we did do fan questions, but we also have people that listen that are in industry as well. And before we play this audio, we did say that we weren't exactly sure. It's not our side of the industry, but someone has sent in a voice note to clarify some things and give us and the punters a bit more info on it as well.
Yeah, the question was about like, why do sometimes bigger artists choose to go to mid-sized venues instead of going to arenas? And why do some artists that might not be able to sell arenas go into them?
Yeah.
So this is just a quick answer to that.
Hey boys, love your work. Just thought I would add on to one of the conversations that was featured in last week's episode, talking about when artists come here to tour and they're playing venues that are sometimes what we think a bit too big or too small. And I think you guys said some really good points, but I wanted to add on to that. So the first thing I want to point out is that production is always going to be the biggest cost in touring, especially for those bigger shows, you know, your stadiums and your arenas. So we're talking about lighting, audio, video, stage set, special effects, trucking, all the crew, etc., 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 etc. Always going to be one of the biggest costs that definitely plays a role in the selection of venues. Second, of course, is venue availability. When you're coming here and you have an arena-sized show, you want to ensure that you're going to be able to secure a whole run of arenas. Or if you've got a theatre-sized show, you want to be able to ensure that you can secure a whole run of theatres. And when you're competing, you know, with all the other artists that are trying to come here in that summer period, that can be really hard. And sometimes they'll go, we can't get arenas. We'll just do the theatre run. We'll just do your music halls, you know, or your forums, etc., etc. Those kind of cap venues. And then they don't have to bring as much production over.
That was from Jasper, a listener of the pod and friend. That's kind of the answer that he gave to it, which is, we kind of touched on that, but didn't really go as in depth.
It's to put that into really short dot points. Production is king.
Yep.
And competition.
His second point with, like, why is Charlie Puth playing in arenas? Just all those smaller venues are booked up. He's got to go somewhere.
But, like, if those smaller venues are booked up in an environment where it's like, you know, promoters are so cutthroat, would you not wait?
Yeah, you should wait.
And I think Charlie Puth's a really good example, because if you look at his tickets right now, Perth, to be fair, I checked this a couple of days ago, Perth is one of the worst I've seen.
Wow.
It's really bad.
And he's playing an arena in Perth.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So, like, nothing is selling that great from, you know, from what we can see. But Perth is, like, really bad.
Yeah.
So it surprises me that they wouldn't hold out or go, no, we're not 100% sure on this. So, like, we can't really take that risk.
Charlie Puth should be touring, like, now when there's no one in the country.
Like, yeah, he's touring at a really, really
stupid time.
Really busy time for Australia.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's when we July, August, like, that would be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Jasper sent us a few voice recordings, and hopefully he'll send more over the next few weeks and months, and maybe we make an alias for him. So we
Yeah.
don't.
He did have I didn't want to play that for too long, but he did have an interesting story about Lady Gaga when she came to Australia, because she's been touring, what's this album? What's the last album called?
Oh man, hold on.
Oh, your face in my... whatever, the new album. Anyway, she's a arena artist. So she strictly plays in
Mayhem.
arena. Yeah, Mayhem. So when she came to Australia, she played stadiums due to the promoter pushing stadiums. But her show was completely built to be in arenas. So that's why there was a lot of holdups getting into the venue. All these things, the weather, I'm pretty sure in Sydney was really bad and halted it all. And yeah, that's why apparently to her she never plays stadiums, and she probably will never again.
Yeah, Brisbane got like ripped to shreds. People missed like the first 3 songs or something because they couldn't get in and the lines were crazy. And I believe that was a really hot day because it was December. So like, peak summer, people had to, hand out waters and the lines looked crazy.
Yeah. And I think that's why some people's views were obstructed as well, is because like, yeah, this show wasn't supposed to be in a venue this big.
Didn't look good, did it?
Nah.
Yeah, not good. We do have a more positive question.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll just do 2 a week.
Okay.
Or we'll see. But this is from Kelly.
Hey guys, I love the podcast. I really wanted to know, what was your first concert that you guys ever went to? And also, what concerts and events do you wish that you can bring back?
We've kind of covered that second part of the question.
Yeah.
But I think we'll do first gig and first festival. Now, I think I was a little bit late to the party on this type of stuff, but my first gig was Sticky Fingers in Brisbane. Now, obviously, Stickies are...
Naughty. You should know better.
They're a band that kind of splits people down the middle, but it's kind of where my loves for music industry started was Sticky Fingers and going to their gigs and seeing them in Brisbane kind of opened my eyes to going to gigs and concerts and that type of stuff. But I actually went to festivals before I went to any gigs, and I went to my first festival was Splendor for my 18th birthday, and I only went for 1 day because I was like, oh, there's no way I could do 3. I hate camping. I'm not doing that, yada, yada, yada. Festival camping is one of the best things you can ever do. I wish I did camp. But I think the first act I saw there was at the amphitheater San Cisco, and saw TK Meidzer. I remember her dancing around on stage. But the main set that I saw that day was, and I had no idea who this person was the week before Splendor, Porter Robinson.
Oh, nice.
He was so good.
Yeah.
And I remember there's a video of me at Porter Robinson's set, literally my first festival. Some random guy just gets me on his shoulders, and I was like, thanks, man. Like, and that's what festivals are about, just having fun with, strangers, friends, seeing incredible music. Porter Robinson was so good.
Yeah.
And I think I went to Stereosonic that year as well.
Cool.
I went to the last Stereosonic, and yeah, that's kind of where my love for going to festivals and concerts started. Yours would be a bit earlier than mine.
Yeah. I was 15 and I saw Blink-182 at Horton Pavilion for my first show. Yeah. All 3 of them, Tom, Travis, Mark. This was before Travis got in his accident. I think it was just before. I think he got a foot injury on this tour. I got to see him before he went home, so I was really stoked about that. Completely changed my whole personality after that. I became a concerts guy. Just started going to them. My Yellow Card, I think, was after that. My Chemical Romance was after that. My first festival was Big Day Out. I think 2006 with the White Stripes headlining. A different vibe back then. I remember being like a teenager and like adult men trying to like fight me or calling me names and stuff like while I was just walking around. So that was, I don't know why that just came to my head, but I did get bullied at my first festival.
Big Day Out, obviously I was too young to go to Big Day Out, but that looking at the lineups, looking at the videos from that, that's exactly what I'd expect.
Yeah.
Like, I think a modern festival with that would be, it's not around anymore, but Listen Out. Listen Out gives me those vibes.
Yeah.
Well, gave me those vibes. But I look at the old Big Day Out videos and I'm just like, yeah, so many fights would have happened back then.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I remember a year Rage Against the Machine did it.
Yep.
Lot of throwing bottles into the crowd.
Yep.
Just like crazy shit that I was like, I get the fuck out of here.
And I say this a lot too of like festival crowds. They don't really have any manners anymore. They don't have this. They don't have that. But I'm thinking about like festivals in like, 2016, 17, 18, where it's like, I don't think I've ever seen a fight at a festival.
No.
But then if you go back, 15
I think
years
people
ago.
were just pissed off more back then. I don't know what it was, but it might have been the music. But I think I've seen documentaries on the Limp Bizkit era,
Yeah.
which I think is like when we were all coming out of that around this time. But yeah, people were just mad and just like really aggressive in the pits.
Like, and I think I've gone to, maybe 40 festivals. I've never seen a fight.
Yeah.
Never seen it. I've seen arguments, but I've never seen a fight.
I think it's because camera phones now. No one ever wants to get recorded on camera phones getting into a fight. That stuff will haunt you.
True. And drinks are way more expensive. So, like,
not
I
getting
don't
as
think
lit.
you have as many alcohol-fueled fights or anything just because of no one can really afford it. But, yeah, that's our firsts, festivals, and concerts. You would have experienced was that the last big day out?
No, the last big day out was Pearl Jam and Arcade Fire.
Oh, that
which
was like
at-
2012, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was at Carrara Stadium as well.
That's it.
That was a good lineup. Snoop Dogg was on that. There were so many great artists on it.
Yeah, I've done a few videos of going back through the old big day out lineups, and they look sick. I'm over the quietness. Let's
get
get
back
some
into
tours. Let's get some festivals up and running. Spilt Milk usually around this time starts teasing, so hopefully we
Sweet.
get some of that soon. But yeah, enjoy your week and don't get into trouble.
Bye, guys.
Break it!